Sniper Elite, the board game. This is a game set in World War II. It is a game of hidden movement. One player will control the sniper and will attempt to complete different kinds of missions, and the other player or players will control three squads of German defenders that are trying to locate the sniper. There are always three squads of German defenders on the board. It is just that they will be controlled by 1, 2, or 3 other players, so bringing the number of players from 2 to 4. There's the board that you see here, I should say one of the two boards. Well, physically you only have one board, but it's double-sided. There is another map on the other side of the board, and this is where the confrontation will happen. You place the German defenders on the board at the beginning of the game. The miniatures are very nice, and they're also unique miniatures, and you use these discs here to indicate the squad that they belong to. Each squad has 2 soldiers and a commander, and the commander has unique abilities. Speaking of which, why don't I show them to you? There are these cards that represent those abilities. The German player or players will choose one for each squad at the beginning of the game. Once you have decided the one that you want to have for a certain squad, you place 2 cubes on that card, so that indicates who the card belongs to, and also each time you use the ability, remove a cube, because they are one-time abilities, well, once per cube abilities. Also, you will place this token here, because when the sniper hits that leader, the leader is removed from the board, and the sniper acquires this token that is placed in their tokens pool. We'll see later what that means. Once a German leader or a German soldier is removed from the board because they got shot by the sniper, they can be brought back by using actions. But that is, again, a cost, an opportunity cost for the German player or players. And then we have the sniper. This is the miniature for the sniper. Usually the miniature doesn't go on the main board here, and that's good for the sniper, but from time to time actions will cause the sniper to be placed on the board, which of course can get a little bit tricky for the sniper. Usually the position of the sniper is only marked on a dry erase board, which matches the main board, and so with a dry erase marker, the sniper simply writes down their movements and their position. And you can use, like we did, the board, the box, and the back of the box as a screen. So, what is the sniper trying to do? The sniper is trying to complete missions that will correspond to reaching some of these numbered spaces on the board. Here you see 7, 6, 3, and so on. At the beginning of the game, the sniper player draws cards from this deck until they have 2 that are of different suits. This is a reference, the suits is an homage to the fact that in World War II, a way of communicating among the Allies was indeed to hide messages inside deck cards, and they would peel the layer of an apparently normal looking playing card to reveal a message underneath. That's a neat idea. So basically the sniper starts with 2 locations that they need to reach in order to win the game. They also have these special cards, loadout cards. The sniper chooses 2 at the beginning of the game and then shuffles the remaining ones, and there will be an action looting that allows them to acquire more. The rock. That iconic item. These can be pretty powerful, and simply they have unique effects. When played, the sniper resolves the effect indicated there and may not have to reveal immediately when that they're using a card. It all depends on what the card says about that revealing. So, sniper not on the board, taking actions. And that's the flow of the game is the sniper takes their turn, then the Germans take their turn, and you continue like this until one of them wins. Again, the sniper wins by completing 2 missions. The Germans win by shooting the sniper twice. There is a token here. You flip it the first time, then the sniper is hit by a German player, and the second time the sniper is hit, the Germans win the game. Also, you have a board here that is used to keep track of the actions of the Germans. Each squad of the German defenders receives 2 actions per turn. So say I'm going to take an action with a yellow miniature over the yellow squad and another action. And so that's a way of marking how many actions you have, which is remaining with each squad of defenders. Then that also is a timer, because if the sniper has not completed the mission by the time all the cubes reach there, the sniper loses the game. And suppose that the sniper completes a mission when the cubes are there, then you reset it. Basically, the sniper has 10 turns to complete each of their 2 missions. So the sniper takes their turn first, and they can move and or use a loadout cards and or perform another action. They can do these 3 things in any order. Moving, I'm going to put the sniper on the board just to show you, but again, usually this would not be the case. Moving, the sniper can move 0, usually not a great idea, but who knows, 0, 1, 2, or 3 spaces. If you're moving 0 or 1, that's good. You don't have to tell anything to the German player, to the defender, because you're moving slowly and so very carefully. If you're moving by 2 or 3 spaces and any of those movements was adjacent to a defender, maybe you started adjacent to a defender, you moved adjacent to the defender at any point, you have to tell the German player that a certain miniature or miniatures heard noise. You don't have to tell them the order in which they, oh, this one heard first and this one next. You just tell them this one and this one heard noise, for example. You can move into an area containing a German defender, but it may be that during their turn, the German defender moved into an area in which you are. You don't tell them, you're hiding in there, and then you take it from there. So movement is pretty much as simple as that, and there are of course restrictions. There are some areas you have to go through doors, you have to use those walking boards, but that's pretty self-explanatory. It's pretty intuitive how you move on the board. Then other actions you can take is to complete an objective. That's pretty much means that you are on a number space. You show that you have the corresponding objective. And also you will receive a noise token that you will add to your token pool. Again, we'll see later what that means. Just know it's a bit of a penalty, so the defenders receive a bit of an advantage after you made some considerable progress towards your victory. You can loot. If you're on a number space that is not one of your objectives, again, you declare that you are on a number space, you declare that you're looting, and then you can draw 3 loadout cards from the deck of remaining ones that you did not choose at the beginning, and you receive 1. Again, not an action that will take maybe very often, but pretty powerful. As for shooting, you will have, and finally we can talk about that, you will have a bag of tokens, and the composition of the bag of tokens indicates how good you are at shooting, how likely you are of hitting. You're gonna have aim tokens in there, which are good, noise tokens not so good, recoil tokens not good either. And again, by shooting German defenders, German leaders, you will also receive these tokens here. They will allow you because they annul some of the negative tokens. To shoot, and suppose the situation is here and the sniper is here. To shoot, the sniper has to secretly verify in their head that they have a line of sight to the target that they're shooting at. They need to count how many spaces are in between of them. So from here to there will be 2 spaces, 1 intervening, 1 the space of the target. Then the sniper declares the number of tokens that they're drawing from the bag, and then they draw those tokens, but they do not have to reveal who the target is at this point. Drawing tokens, if they drew a number of aim tokens equal to or higher than the distance they're trying to cover, there are the games that use that idea. That's it. They hit. At that point, they declare that they hit the target, and the target is removed from the board. If it didn't draw enough tokens for that, then simply that's a miss. But if they draw 2 nice tokens, they have to reveal the sniper's position Also, there is a combination of 5 noise and or recoil tokens, then they misfire, the weapon misfire, and so that negates all of the aims that were drawn. So that's the general idea. As you can see, it's pretty simple for the sniper. As for the defenders, again, we saw from that board that the defender has 2 actions per squad. They can be used, each action can be used, you can use multiple actions on the same soldier, on the same miniature, leader or soldier, so they can move and sweep, for example, but you cannot use the same action twice on a miniature, so you cannot use a miniature to move twice in a turn. The actions available for the defender, available and also very easy to remember thanks to this player aid. There's also one for the sniper. For an action, a miniature can move up to 2 spaces, can attack the current space, simply meaning I'm here, I'm attacking that space because I think that's where you are. And the sniper had to tell me that is correct or not. If it's correct, that is when the sniper takes a wound. Other actions for our defenders, so we have sweep, the basically the miniature, about those spot first, but the miniature searches the current space and up to 2 match adjacent spaces. For example, say this guy is sweeping, I'm sweeping the area in which I am, and then I choose 2 adjacent areas and say this one and this one, and the sniper has to tell me if that is the case. Spot an adjacent space, adding a noise token to the shot bag if successful. Deploy a soldier on a space that blank, a space next to the officer. If the soldier was removed, deploy an officer in a starting space if the officer had been removed. Dismiss a unit from anywhere on the board. That is, somebody may be really far from where the fun stuff is happening, and just by using move action it would take too long. Then you remove them for now, and then you will deploy them next to their officer later. Another thing that you can do with a squad, instead of using actions on individual miniatures, is to gather intel, in which case you spend both cubes for a certain squad, say using both cubes for the black squad. And you see each squad is also associated to a sector, yellow with yellow, black with black. When you gather intel, you spend both cubes on a squad, and basically you ask the sniper if they are in the corresponding sector, black with black, red with red, and so on and so forth. It's just a question, are you in the black sector? But it can be pretty powerful. And if you decide to get intel with all of your defenders, it may still be that you're not in any space that is within a sector, because there are some spaces which are white and they're not in any sector. So this is the idea. You, as a sniper, go around, sneak around from time to time, trying to shoot the defenders. But most importantly, don't get caught in that, because that is not one of your objectives. Your objective is to complete the objectives. As a German player, you're trying to find them and to hit them enough times, or just to delay them for long enough to lose the game. Several effects will affect the composition of the bag of tokens, but again, this is the general idea. Continue like this until one of the 2 sides has won the game. The game also includes a dedicated solo version. I read the rules. You play only as the sniper. You have cards and other game effects that will control the actions of the defenders. There's a different ways in which the sniper gets hit. They can get hit more often, and that alters the composition of the tokens in the bag. And I was planning to play the solo version, but I'll leave it to you actually to discover it. Because before I played the solo, I played the multiplayer version with a friend, and I liked it so much. I enjoyed it so much, and I enjoyed indeed the unique elements that cannot be soloed of hidden movement. I enjoyed the bluffing, I enjoyed the sneakiness, the puzzle as the German defenders trying to figure out what the sniper is based on the very scant information that is given to you. And I love that. And I thought, well, I guess I'll just keep Sniper Elite the board game as a treat for when I have a human opponent. I have plenty of games that I can play solo, and so this will not be one of them. Because again, I enjoyed the excitement, the thrill, the duel of minds, and I have other games that are more like a puzzle, as games tend to become when you play them solo. So. The multiplayer version is excellent. This is just one great hidden movement game. It is, in general, a genre that I like very much, and a genre that, like so many in the current renaissance of board gaming, I've seen being refined and improved over a period of time. In particular, this is one of those hidden movement games which are not all or nothing. You know, finding the hidden party is the point, or the hidden party does this one thing, and that's it. But the sniper has to complete at least 2 missions. Well, they have to complete 2 missions, so they will be on the board at least once. They will be revealed by that at least once. The Germans have to hit the sniper twice. So it's all small increments that increase the tension and give you, I believe, the right kind of tension. Some old games of hidden movement, which I still like Scotland Yard, it can be a little bit nerve-wracking because one wrong move can be really punishing. Here's not as likely. It's not as likely that that would be the case. So the game is a little more forgiving. There will be times in which you'll be in a good position, in a bad position. Even the best sniper in the world will have to be on the board at least from time to time. Even the best defender players, they will have some problems here and there. They'll be fooled by the situation. The boards are such that there is indeed. I think they're great. They're designed really, really well because there is indeed enough room for the sniper to go frolicking around, so to speak, but not enough to feel safe. And same thing for the German player, for the defender player. There is enough room there for them to look and sweep and to feel like lost, but there are situations in which you can really corner, in which you can close in onto your target. The menu of actions for both sides is very well designed also because it's basically an action point system or an action selection system. Maybe for the sniper, it feels more like action points for the defender. So that means flexibility. That means different things that you can do every turn, different script. The order in which you do things is completely left to you. And again, what you do at any given time is completely up to you. As the defender, very often you feel the temptation, I need to bring everybody back, but that's not always the best thing to do under the circumstances. So you really don't go on autopilot because you have, again, menus of options that are fun to deal with, but not so long that they become overwhelming, and yet not so narrow that you feel like, well, there's only one good thing I can do in this given moment here. So a lot of excellent things here. Gameplay is really, really fun and rewarding, and again, is one that really rewards the duel, the mental duel that happens between parties when you have hidden movement, which is one of the reasons why I like this genre so much. Production is also very good. Everything looks really, really excellent. So I'm definitely happy with Sniper Elite, the board game. When it comes to the genre of hidden movement games, this has to be one of the best ones.